Hello everyone and welcome to Hearthstone, Heroes of Warcraft. It's a trading card game on PC and it is now in open beta. I can't get my words out. Yeah, it's a simple card game and one of the main features of it is the arena. For anyone who's not played a trading card game before, it's a draft. In drafts, you pick one card out of a pack and then you get given another pack. And you keep doing that until you get to the required amount of cards. So in Hearthstone, it's 30. I just started this arena run because I've been playing this game for a while. And I thought, oh, I should record this after getting this second pack I opened. This second pack contains legendaries. In the game, there are common, uncommon, epics, and legendaries. With these are some of the best cards in the whole game I've got in this draft, and I don't know what to pick. I did choose Big Game Hunter before, that was my first card, but we'll get into that when we're doing the arena. I'll be explaining all the cards when I go through all this, but if you want to go straight to my arena matches, you can click on the annotation, which will be probably here when my cursor is spinning round. Anyway. Tirion Fordring is the Paladin's hero. He costs 8 mana, which is this, blah blah blah, 6 attack and 6 health. He has Divine Shield, so he can take one source of damage and be immune before the Divine Shield goes. Taunt stops things attacking him. And when he gets a Death Rattle, my hero gets a weapon, which is the Ashbringer 5/3. Very strong Paladin card, one of the best legendaries in the game. But Tinkmaster Overspark. When he comes into the field of play, he turns a creature into a 5/5 Devilsaur or 1/1 Squirrel. You might think, well, that sounds a bit terrible, but this is one of the best counter cards for cards like Tirion Fordring and other big nasty creatures that are 8/8, because You rather give him a 5/5 than have all this. And Arena is a very fast-paced version of the game. And to get to 8 and 9, you've got to be in a winning position. Because these cards generally won't save you. Because this is constructed and you don't know what you're going to get. Alexander sets the hero's health to 15. Your maximum health is 30, so it's a very good card if you're want to screw around with the other player or want to get your health back up to 15. But I want Tirion, but I'm going to go for Tinkmaster because I think his utility is a lot better. Okay, Hammer of Wrath. Deal 3 damage, draw a card. Very good. One of the few single target spells that the Paladin has, and you get to draw a card from it as well. So you know how I said Tirion had Taunt? This can let you get past it to a creature that's been utilised on the enemy board and you can't get rid of it because of the taunt. Light Justice is rubbish. Noble Sacrifice. When the enemy attacks, summons a 2/1 defender. So this is like a secret. So secrets are when you get attacked or a certain condition is met, the secret will be revealed. The other player can't see the secret and this effect will happen. So this one is when an enemy attacks, summons this. Great for saving a weenie or a powerful creature that you don't want to die, but can be countered quite easily. But we're going to go for the Hammer of Wrath. Ancient Brewmaster. Return a friendly minion to from the battlefield to your hand. Very strong card this, but you need a lot of Battle Cry cards, which is this ability here. Does something when you play it from your hand. Or if you want to save a creature, but it's a very high mana cost to do that, and it only has 4 health, unfortunately. However, the Scarlet Crusader has Divine Shield, so it takes 2 attacks to kill it. The Elven Archer is quite nice as well, because it can actually ping shields off things and that. So, very useful card, but we're going to go for the Divine Shield of the Scarlet Crusader. Although Peacekeeper, one of the best Paladin cards. In this game, a lot of people like to buff their creatures up to stupid damage. With this card, you can reduce it to 1 attack. Fantastic card, and it has a nice body as well at 3/3. Ancient Mage isn't really good in a Paladin deck because it's spell damage and you don't have a lot of spell damage cards. Very good in a Mage or Warlock deck and Druid. And also Rogue slightly, but yeah, this one miss if you're Paladin generally. Taunt and Divine Shield. This is just like Tyrion Fordring. Basically, it has Taunt and Divine Shield. Very good if you're a bit behind and they're got a lot of board presence. This can clear out a lot of the creatures. But I like the Older Peacekeeper. Mad Bomber. RNG. This guy deals 3 damage randomly split between characters. Can be amazing or terrible. I generally never go for it. I know a lot of people who do play it, but can't stand it. Ogre Mage, again, spell damage, not very useful in this deck. But this one gives a minion Divine Shield. This is a fantastic card for 1 mana. The Angry Chicken, one of the most useless cards in the game. If you can get it buffed right, it is powerful, but it takes so many cards to do it. In this game, you want a card that is powerful as soon as it comes out. This, just not good. Gadgeton Auctioneer. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a card. Fantastic if you have lots of low mana cost cards and that, and you can keep this thing alive. But this is a lot better. Change the health of all minions to 1. That will include mine and his. Since the Paladin has an ability where he can summon a 1/1 creature, you can actually kill big powerful creatures with these 1/1 tokens you create. So we're going to go for that. Eye for the Eye, one of the most useless secrets in the game. When you take damage, deal that much damage to the enemy hero. You don't want to be taking damage in this game, so generally ignore that. Lephanome, very powerful card for 1 mana, because it deals 2 damage to an enemy hero, and when it dies as well, so no matter how they try to get rid of it, they're always going to take 2 damage, and if they use a card to silence it, they've wasted a card on a 1 mana creature. 2/2 Taunt for 2 mana. It's alright, but we're going to go for the Lephanome. Okay, Guru Bashi Berserker. Whenever this minion takes damage, gain 3 attack. Very good card if you like. If you can buff it and keep it healed. Battlecry, deal 2 damage and you get a 4/2 creature. Very good cards for 5 mana. Or for 1 more mana, you can get a 5/5 creature that can freeze a character. Freeze a character stops the character's next attack. I do like the Gurubashi. Because it can get out of control very quickly, but this is kind of nice as well, because it's a very powerful card. Let's go for the Stormpike. Zero Strake, very good card. Spell damage +1, Battlecry. Draw a card. So as soon as you play it, you draw another card. It's a nice body for 4/4, and it has 5 mana. Give adjacent minions Taunt. So basically, I could give this a Taunt or any of these other creatures Taunt, and they would have to attack it. For 2 mana, that is fantastic. Mana Wraith. All minions cost 1 more. I don't want to get this because I'm a very minion-based deck. But if I was a Spellcaster deck, this card is really good for 2 mana. Because it can slow down the board progression. I do like Sun Fury Protector. Because I've got a lot of creatures already. But saying that, they're very low health. Let's get some card draw. Cold Light Seer, Battlecry. Give all other Murlocs +2 health. Since I don't have any Murlocs, ignore that. At the end of the turn, deal 1 damage to this minion and summon a 1/1 imp. This can get out of control very quickly if the other player doesn't deal with it. But again, if there's a lot of area effect in the game, it's a bit useless. Draw a card and deal damage equal to its cost. This is too RNG for my liking, because what if I draw... I'm casting 5 mana to do 1 damage, and I draw a card. It's a bit risky in this deck because I've got a lot of low casting minions so far. So we will go with the Imp Master. Argent Protector, give a friendly minion Divine Shield. Really nice little card this, because it can control the board very quickly, and you get another 2/2 creature. Acolyte of Pain, whenever this minion takes damage, draw a card. Very good in particular decks, especially if you can buff it or if you can damage it yourself. I can buff it with this deck, but I haven't got any of those buffs yet, so I'd rather not risk it. The Warg Infiltrator for 1 mana is a 2/1 creature with stealth. Stealth means you can't attack it or target it until it comes out of stealth after it attacks. Or an area effect can actually kill it. I prefer the Argent Protector though, for that Divine Shield. Okay. Frostwolf Warlord. Gain +1/+1 for each other friendly minion on the board. This could be very good in my deck actually, because I've got a lot of low mana creatures, and I've got the tokens, and I've also got the Imp Master. So each of the minions that will be on the board will buff this. The Ironfur Grizzly, 3/3 with Taunt. Really good card for 3 mana. It's basically a Frostwolf Grunt, but with 1 extra mana and 1 extra health and damage. Can kill those annoying little creatures that are attacking you early on in the game. The Marnie Berserker, fantastic card in the right deck. Not really the deck for me. I kind of like the Frostwolf Warlord, because I've got a lot more smaller creatures. And that could be one of my endgame damagers. Okay, Battlecry, restore 3 health, Earthen Ring Farseer. Very good card in decks. Fantastic for just 3 health, and you get a nice creature as well. I mean, this is that bear from the last pick, but with health instead of taunt. Blessing of Wisdom. Choose a minion, whenever it attacks, draw a card. Really nice little card this, because you can also cast it on the enemy minions and draw cards when they attack. This could prevent them from attacking you completely with an annoying card, because they don't want to give you the card draw. Sentient Shieldmaster, 4 mana for 3/5 taunt. Fantastic card for controlling the board, because it has a nice body and is out of range of a lot of spells. So far, I've got a lot of frees. Let's go for the Sentient Shieldmaster, because I haven't got any taunt yet, and I kind of do need some. Talking of taunt, this is the opposite of the Sentient. Has a 5/4 body, so can die very quickly, but if it survives, can do some nasty damage. The Reckless Rocketeer has charge. Charge means as soon as it goes on the board, it can attack. If a creature does not have charge, it can't attack on its first turn. And the Gnomish Inventor, draw a card for a 2/4 creature. I like this card more than these two, because they're too situational, while this is a guaranteed card draw. Wow, now this is a hard pick. So, Old Peacekeeper again, very good card. Defender of Argos, this is one of the best buff cards in the game. Give adjacent minions +1/+1 and taunt. In this deck where I have a lot of creatures, this is going to be a very good pick. And the Gadgets and Auctioneer. Since I've not got many smells, I'm going to ignore this for now. So at the moment, I could either get control with this by reducing the minion's attack to 1, or give my creatures taunt and +1/+1. Let's get the Defender. So, Stormwind Knight, charge 2/5, very good card. Again, this was a 1/1 with charge for 1 mana. Not very useful in my deck, so I'm going to ignore that. And restore 6 health. Healing has become more of a priority these days, because there's been a lot more spell damage cards that are just ignoring the creatures and attacking you. I like this card, but since I haven't got many buffs at the moment, I'm going to go for the health. Okay, give a minion Divine Shield. I've seen that already. Light's Justice, rubbish card. Iron Beak Owl, Battlecry, silence the minion. What silence does is removes all abilities on its card. So, let's see. So, if I cast the silence on an Imp Master, that ability it has will disappear and it will just remain a 1/5 creature. This will include any buffs and abilities you put on that creature as well. This is a guaranteed pick most of the time because it's 2 mana and you can really screw up someone who's buffed a creature up to high heaven. Okay, Argent Squire, a 1-1 with Divine Shield. Fantastic card at the start of the game. Because if you can buff it or just get rid of a weak minion at the start, it's great. Give a minion +2 attack this turn. Very good card for 1 mana. And you get a 2-1 creature. However, Consecrate, deal 2 damage to all enemy minions. This is one of the few area effects the Paladin has, and is always a good pick to get. Especially if you combo it with Equality, because you can reduce all the enemy minions to 1 and then do 2 damage, and you can clear the whole board. So I'm going to take that. Okay. Twilight Drake, gain +1 health for each card in your hand. Really good card, but if you're playing a lot of low mana creatures, generally this card won't be that useful. Good if you're a control deck, but I'm not being very control-y at the moment, so I'm going to ignore that. Blessed Champion, double a minion's attack. This is a fantastic card if you got the and can end the game very quickly. If I combine it, say, with a Frostwolf, it could do stupid amount of damage in 1 turn if it survives. But it's not that great as well for 5 mana. I need some end game protection as well, I think. So I'm going to go for the Sunwalker. Abomination, Taunt. When it dies, deals 2 damage to all creatures. Since I've got a lot of creatures in this deck, I don't want to do this. Murloc Tidecaller. Whenever a Murloc is summoned, gain +1 attack. Yeah, no Murlocs in this deck, so it's useless. So we're going for the Equality. Murloc Raider, 2-1. Ironforge Rifleman deals 1 damage. I don't really like it. Let's go for the Earthen Farseer. Gives 3 health. Okay, we've got the Stormwind Knight again for 2/5 charge. God, there are a lot of Murlocs in this deck in this draft so far. But I like some Cleric as well. Gives the minion +1/+1, so can help you out a lot. Dark Iron Dwarf, a 4/4 creature and gives a minion +2 attack this turn. Can be very helpful at taking out big, powerful creatures with your weaker ones if you need to desperately, and you also get a nice body. This secret's also nice as well, very near the end of the game, because more people will be playing the bigger card creatures, and with a lot of your 1 mana creatures, you can kill it. Wind Fury as well, a creature can attack twice. Since I have no buff cards, this 1/1 creature will be absolutely useless in my deck. I've already got a lot of creatures so far, and that can be very helpful near the end of the game. It's like, what am I trying to go for? I am got a lot of creatures here. But they're all utility ones. They're not really big creatures. I think the Dark Iron Dwarf will be a better choice. Wolf Rider has charge and has a 3/1. Very good card. Corehound, a 9/5. This card is very good if you can give it charge straight away, but without that, it can be useless because a lot of people will kill it right away because it has such low health at 7 mana. A lot of people will have powerful cards that can get rid of it. Raid Leader. This could be very good in my deck because of all the tokens, because it'll give them +1 attack. But this is good at like killing a creature right out quickly. Raid Leader. Okay, change minions attack to 1. Very, very good card for 1 mana. So it's basically what was it? It's the old Peacekeeper, but as a spell for 1 mana. Lord of the Arena. Taunt, 6/5. Very good card because it has a nice body and nice attack. But again, for 5 health, it's a bit weak for 6 mana. The best card here is Blessing of Kins. Give a minion +4/+4 health and attack. Can be very useful near the end of the game. Excuse me. I think I've already got a lot of utility at the moment. And that could really help me kill something off near the end. Yeah, let's get Blessing of Kings. Ooh, a second Consecrate. Cool. Yeah, we're not going to get the Repentance or the Ironforge. So I have 2 area effects now and 2 qualities, so that's going to be very helpful. Gain attack equal to the attack of your weapon. Since I've got no weapons, this is useless, but can be generally good in the Paladin deck, but since I've had none, Wind Fury Harpy. Now, this is a very good card if you can keep it alive. Very end game. And then Battlecry, restore 2 health to any minion or hero. Very good card for 1 mana, but this is a good end game punch for me, so I'm going to go for that. Right. Another Dark Iron Dwarf. A 1/4 with Taunt at 3 mana. Very good card in the Beast-like deck, but since I'm not a hunter, it's useless. However, the Cult Master in my deck's very good, since I've got a lot of 1 mana creatures that will die a lot. And this will let me draw a card every time they die. Very good if you want to put out on an all-out assault, since you'll be able to draw a lot of cards even though you lose a lot of minions. So we are going to get the Cult Master. And my last card. Wow, this is a very good last pick. At the start of your turn, destroy all minions. For 2 mana, for a 0/7, this is a fantastic card in the control deck. However, I don't want this because I have a lot of minions in my deck. South Sea Captain. All of the pirates get +1/+1. Since I have 0 pirates in this deck, I think, this is absolutely useless. However, Sword of Justice. Whenever a summon minion give +1/+1, this loses 1 durability. You don't attack with this ever, because you want it to buff all your minions. It's a guaranteed pick for me, because I have so many low mana creatures and my tokens get this buffer's benefit as well. Right, that's the draft. I will be back in a sec and we will start this arena run. Because at the moment, it's looking this is looking like a very good Paladin deck, actually. It's upsetting that I didn't choose the Tyrion, but I think the Tink Master Overspark is going to be more important in this deck. Okay, let's get this arena run started. So what's happening now is the game is trying to find another arena player who's done the same thing with their own heroes and own cards. So you have no idea who you're going to be playing against, especially in the first round. I could be playing against someone who's the best Hearthstone player in the game, or I could be playing someone as bad as me. The arena goes up to 12 wins, I think, if I'm correct. The furthest I've got are 6 wins. As soon as you get 3 losses, the draft ends and you get your rewards for how well you did. So 6 is my best.
Uther versus Anduin.
So, a priest deck.
I will fight with honor.
So this is your starting hand, so you can keep or replace your cards here, for people who don't know. At the start of the game, you want a lot of low mana cards to actually be able to handle things, but so I don't want the Dark Iron Dwarf because that's a 4 mana. I don't need to heal myself quite yet. I'm going to keep this because the priests use a lot of buffing cards in this deck, so this will be very useful. Because the priest buffs a lot of their creatures' healths and it's kind of annoying. So what I got was a Lephanome for 1 mana, which is fantastic. And I got a Blessing of Kings, which will be very good as well if I can keep a minion alive. The other thing that I got just now on my card draw was the Saturn Cleric, so I can give a minion +1/+1. Very good card. Down here is your mana crystals, and every turn you get 1 mana. The priest here can heal himself or any creature for 2 mana for 2 health. I can summon a 1/1 creature for 2 mana. But since I can't do that, I'm going to play the Lephanome.
Job's done.
End my turn, pass my
Well
greetings
met.
over, and we will start. So Dainio is a priest, so priests use a lot of buff cards to increase their health, and he also has a lot of kill cards that can kill a minion if it has less than 4 health, or kills a minion if it has more than 5 health. Since I can't really do anything else at the moment,
Reporting for duty.
I'll summon a 1/1 token, and I will attack with the Lephanome. The good thing about the Lephanome is, if he kills it, it still does 2 damage to it. This is one of the best 1-mana cards in the game, really. Because it's a threat that they have to deal with, because it's doing 2 damage every turn. But if you kill it, it will still do 2 damage. So you saw there, it healed himself for 2. This is kind of a counter to a lot of early rush decks, but it can spiral out of control when you do stuff like this.
Cleanse the Sunwell.
So the Saturn's Cleric gave that a +1/+1, so now it's a 3/2.
To battle.
So he could cast as heal again, but it will still do 2 damage. I'll still do 2 damage to it even if he kills it. And he'll waste a turn casting health. The one thing I've got to beware with the priest is Holy Nova, which allows a minion which does 2 damage to my side of the board, but also heals everything on his side of the board by 2. And since I've got a lot of 2-mana health creatures, it can be dangerous, but he might not have any in the draft. He might have not got any. We will have to wait and see.
I must consider.
At the moment, oh, what's he doing? Oh yeah, I should mention the Fairy Dragon can't be targeted with spells or hero powers. So it's a very good card because I can't target it with spells, but he can't target it with spells either. So, at the moment, this I want to kill, but I don't want to lose any of these creatures. So what I'm going to do, cast a Divine Shield on that.
Push forward.
Hit that. So as you saw, it got a shield, but it took no damage.
To battle.
There's no point me casting this Earthen Ring Farseer because I've got nothing to heal yet. So we will get another token.
Reporting for duty.
It's very important to get board control in this game. So that Holy Nova I was talking about before costs 5 mana as well, so the next turn he can cast it if he does have it in his hand.
I wonder.
But we will have to wait and see what he does. So the other thing the priest... Ooh, that's nasty. I don't want you having card draw. Okay, choices. I can kill that with that and that. I could equalitize, reducing it to 1. I can cast a taunt so it can't actually get through my barrier. But again, he can kill it that way. Or I could cast as your Drake. I get a card draw. It also means that he won't be able to kill it with his kill spells since they target creatures below 4 or above 4 health. They don't target 4. I could also buff someone to high heaven to kill that.
Let me think.
Which I might do actually. Because it would be out of the way of the thing. Because I want to kill it. Because I don't want him getting anything on the board.
To battle. Move quickly.
Push forward.
To battle.
I'm not sure if that was the correct move, but we will see. Because if he keeps it, if he doesn't kill it this turn, I will heal it.
You gotta be kidding
Ooh,
me.
Ventrico. The Ventrico is an interesting card. So it makes all his minions cost 3 more mana. So if he had this in his card hand, it would cost 6 mana instead. So yeah, interesting. I could just kill it with Equalitize and use a 1/1 minion to kill it. I could Tink Master it. But I'd rather save that for something a bit scarier. Yeah, we're going to do that. Now that's reduced all my things to 1 health, so it's a risky strategy what I've just done. But it is necessary, I think. And I will put a Shield Master down. So, as you can see, he's down to 6 health and I'm on 30. I haven't taken any damage yet. He does have a lot of cards in his hand though, so this could be where things get a bit interesting. A 9 for a Grizzly, a 3/3 with Taunt. Change minions attack equal to its health. Oh, interesting. Oh, and a Lightwell. This is a priest only card, this. At the start of your turn, restore 3 health to a damage friendly character. So, if I keep this alive, it will heal him for 3 health. However, I can end this game. Because I have Tink Master, which I saved. Because when you transform a creature, it loses all its abilities. And I can get rid of an enemy taunt and kill him.
Push forward.
That is the advantage of the Tink Master. It can screw up people's special cards like that. It didn't really matter to me if he got a 5/5 because I needed to get past it, and that was an easier way. So yeah, that was game number 1, and I won a game, which is kind of nice, and I got myself a wooden key.